seconds?
Sure.
All right.
Sweet.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Late night for you.
It's been a night, man.
Yeah. Had to push back our recording because I'm guessing you were in the studio from my selling your stories.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
what are you doing?
Today I packed up all of the stuff that I sold to
Like Fancy Cup, the update stuff?
the update that was like semi-successful, not really. And
You sold like half of your Fancy Cups from what I saw. Like the fancy ones.
the big ones, but like almost none of the small ones.
Huh.
Which is weird. Anyway.
They'll sell.
They'll sell at some point. But which is good too, because then I don't have to make any more of the small ones. So I made a new batch of the big ones, and they're kind of in production. But so I shipped all those out, or packed them all up. They're in my van, and then I was like, I have to fucking do this, because yesterday I had a headache, like a bad headache, like a migraine headache, and it fucking canceled my whole day. At like 2, it was like at its height, and I just came home and fell asleep. Anyway, then I was like, I gotta do this. I all I had left was I had 12 cereal bowls, 8 pasta bowls, 4 small pasta bowls, 4 snack bowls, 2 Becca bowls, and then 2 mixing sets.
Are most of these for commissions, or
Yeah,
why are you throwing these forms? Because you don't have them at shows normally.
Right. I did a place setting. Like I opened up place settings like a couple months ago, and the deadline is me leaving. So because
Did you set that
thankfully,
the initial deadline? Like, hey, don't expect it until the end of the year.
yeah, and thankfully most of the people that got them are on my route. So like,
you said that was a couple months ago when you opened it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like one's in Washington, one's in California. You know, I think another one's in Washington.
Nice. Personal delivery.
Yeah. A lot fucking cheaper and easier than packing up a 8-place setting.
Yeah.
So I threw them all tonight, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do this. And I think at like 8:30 or 8:10, I think I texted you, and I was like, I need more time. And so, yeah. But I got it all done. Nothing fell. No slops. Fucking perfect. And one of the mixing bowl sets is like fucking primo.
Nice.
Primo.
Very
the second
nice.
one, the bowl is not what I want it to be, but nobody would know. You know. Like nobody would actually know, but I wish it was a little bit better, but whew, I fucking love mixing bowl sets. They're the best.
You're not really gonna have room to throw much of those unless you throw them in somebody's studio, I guess.
No, I think what I might do is gather orders for mixing bowls and just say deadline when they will be done is June. You know, so I have a couple months at my studio, and I can do them. But yeah.
I have a slight question that's related to what you just said about the place setting.
Okay, I'm ready.
So there's a customer that asked me about a place setting, but it's on my carved stuff. She's trying to get between an 8 and a 16-piece set. And I'm like, how much work do I want to put into replying to this person? Because I don't think they understand how much it's really going to cost. Do I put all the work in to estimate everything, and then they're asking about a discount? So I'm like,
no discount.
What do I like?
No
how much work do
discount.
I put into this first contact?
Okay, this is what I did.
Plus, it's pieces I haven't made. Like the bowls are fine because I've made the bowls. I know I'm comfortable with the price of the bowls. The plates is what I'm not sure about. And then she's like, what would the style look like in that design on a side plate and a dinner plate?
Right. So,
So
okay, I'm sending you a picture right now, and I'll explain it, but it's good to have the visual. So what I did is I just drew up a quick like sketch, straight up sketch of measurements of what things would look like and basic shapes.
mhm.
Literally, they don't even look that great. And put the prices and what they are and the measurements that, by the way, I was wrong about most of them. So, like the pasta bowl is 2 inches, the cereal bowl is like 3 inches, the small pasta bowl is 2 inches.
Yeah. I think they're just looking for cereal bowl, side plate, dinner plate.
Okay, yeah, but you can just like draw up a quick little thing and say, this is the price. This is what the price will be. There are no discounts.
Okay.
Take it or leave it. And then you at least have.
Do I explain why there's not a discount?
Yeah, you say because it's a fucking hard work. And you say discounts don't pay the bills.
Well, I'm not going to be a bitch about it, but
Well, I'm kidding. You just say, hey, it's not any less. It's not easier.
it's not any less work to discount it or to make this setting because you're expecting to get a set that looks very similar.
Yeah, you would say, hey, actually, it's more work for me to do this, not less.
Right, because I have
depending
to make
on
more than
the
I
size. Yeah.
need to send your way.
Right. So you just say no discount and just send her this thing, and then she can add it up.
What if I'm not confident about the price of the side plate, dinner plate, and she's expecting to see, like, the Sgraffito? What would that look like on a dinner plate? Because you would probably want a clean surface, and I've never made anything with that style. So, like, am I creating a new design on the rim of a plate that I've never made before?
Yeah, I
and
think
how
that
do I
you'd have
price
to
that?
do. I think that you'd have to do a rimmed plate and then do the design on the rim.
Right.
I mean, there's not much thinking about
that. Give a good estimate of what I think that would cost.
Like, what would your normal plates cost?
It's been so long. At least $42 for like medium sized plate. Probably.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to make them. That's why it's priced that way.
So
a side plate carved, I would think it would need to be at least. Okay, the bowl is 40.
Okay.
The cereal bowls are 40. I feel comfortable in that price. The plate, 6 plates. I feel like they'd have to be at least.
So 55
at least.
55 for the big ones, and do not fucking do more than 10 inches.
55 for the big ones?
Yeah.
No, I was saying 55 for the side plate.
The side plate, which is a 7-inch plate? Yes. Just say yes.
Yeah, that's fine. And the 7-inch and then maybe like a 9-inch dinner plate or something.
A 9-inch dinner plate, yeah. This is a tip for everybody out there in the wild. Don't do 10-inch plates.
Why not?
They're too big. You cannot put them in a bucket. Don't do it.
Oh, for the glazing portion. Okay.
Yeah. Try to make them 9 inches if you can.
Okay.
They look better anyway. Like, nobody needs a fucking 10-inch plate. Anyway.
But I wonder if I should price the plates a little uncomfortably.
Sure.
Higher. Because I don't really want to make it.
65 for
yeah, like 60 for the side plate and 75 for a dinner plate.
Oh, damn.
Fuck. I kind of want to scare her off a little bit.
That's aggressive.
But
do it.
Hey, if you want this, they're like, hey, we just got married and she said they bought a old church and they're renovating it to be their house.
Oh, that's cool. You could send her my way too. I'll do it. I will. But she wants carved. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna carve them, but like.
Well, that's what she wanted. I don't know. That's what she said. I think that's what she thinks she wants until she sees the price of it because she thinks she's gonna need a discount. But if it's like 6 bowls at $40, I mean, she's gonna get 6 bowls, $240. Like, the whole order is gonna be like $750. She's not gonna do that. There's no way. It's
probably gonna be about 1,000 actually. I did a play setting and it was only side plates, and bowls.
Sorry, 8 at a minimum is what she said. So.
Side plates, and bowls, 8 set of 8, and this didn't even include the bowls, by the way. It was $500.
Oh, that's so much money. Not as an artist, like I'm looking at so much money coming my way. I'm like, I can't understand why somebody would spend all that. But hey, maybe I'll give them the prices, and then they're like, you know what? I'll just get the 6 bowls. We'll start with 6 bowls or 8 bowls.
I think that no, please, and also please, try to avoid that. Like that's the hardest thing, especially if they say like let's just get 4 bowls at first. You say, here's the deal: the next time you get bowls, they're not going to be the same size. Like under guarantee it. Like be like it's not going to happen. I hate when people just add a couple. Like this, like somebody
because the bowls now, if I pull them off the shelf, they're gonna be pretty close because I made
like 2 years from now. Yeah, like 2 years from now, they're like, hey, you made me a play setting. Could you make like another one? We broke one. And I'm like, ugh.
No.
I can try. I made some for Brandon and Teresa, and they were completely different. Like, no.
Right.
It was horrible. Let's see how much a play setting is at Crate and Barrel.
I'm gonna guess no more than like $300.
Well, I think you
like on the high end.
I think you would be wrong. Okay, 16
ceramic, right?
We're looking. Just settle yourself.
Well, I'm saying play settings can come in a lot of different. Whatever. Okay, Crate and Barrel.
Crate and Barrel. Play setting. Okay. Oh, these ones are nice. Reactive glaze made in Portugal.
It's probably recycled clay too.
Shut up.
Made from recycled clay materials.
Made from recycled clay materials. Leanne Ford design, hand painted.
Give me a ballpark here. What are we looking at?
I'm trying to find one that's actually reasonably expensive.
What's the base price?
They're like, these are all on sale.
What are they on sale?
They're on sale. Like, okay, here's the hand painted one. Range dinnerware. Hand painted. Okay, a 16-piece dinnerware set is on sale. That's 4 cups, 4 bowls, 4 small plates, 4 big plates for $179. Regular is $224.
That's nothing. Well, not nothing in comparison to handmade cost.
Let's see what other people are. Maybe I could find one on Etsy. Handmade place setting.
And also, I hope some of you are not thinking that I'm just a greedy son of a bitch out here. Like, I'm trying to factor this into how much time is this going to take me? How much effort am I going to...
And how much you don't want to do it.
How much do I not want to do it? How much back and forth do I want to do with the people? And then what are their expectations? I can pull some of that from the first message that they put into how much detail they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of go from there. So that's going to adjust how much of a reply I put. I'm not going to assume that they're not going to want to spend it, but I'm going to basically put it out there and say, this is the criteria and here are my parameters that you can assess. But, ultimately I don't want to drop everything I'm doing for this commission. So, okay, go ahead. Were you looking at something else and getting some?
No, I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you... Okay, let's do green. Okay, so I'm just looking at some lady's pottery account, and it looks like she's production somewhat, and looks like some nice classic country pottery. Salvatera pottery is $35 for a dinner plate. Lunch plate is $28. Dessert plate is $24. Cereal bowl is $28. And
28 doesn't seem enough.
Yeah, I agree. What's the East Fork Pottery?
Oh, theirs is not that cheap.
I know. Let's look at that.
I want to say their dinner plate's probably $42 or more than that.
I think it might be more. I think it's more like 60. Okay. Alrighty. Plates. Okay. So the coupe, that's the big one, is 68.
It's a plate bowl, isn't it?
Yeah, the coupe is a plate bowl. The cake plate is 18. The side plate is 32.
There you go. Side plate. That would be the salad plate, the small plate.
The dinner plate is 46.
46. Okay.
And the serving platter is 160.
Wow.
I imagine the serving platter is just like how. Okay, and then bowls.
Yeah.
Bowls. Ice cream bowl is 26. That's like my snack bowl size.
I have that. It is so small.
So
or no, the ice cream bowl is more deep. I think I have the snack bowl or something.
The ice cream bowl?
It's a really shallow bowl.
A shallow bowl. The soup bowl is 38. The popcorn bowl is 80.
Oh.
The mixing bowl is 160. They didn't have anything between a soup bowl and a popcorn bowl. I'm upset.
They have the pasta bowl, don't they?
I haven't found it yet.
I don't know what that's called.
Oh, you have the breakfast bowl, which is 26.
Yeah, that thing is tiny.
The everyday bowl is 40. That's the one we both have that we love.
That's great, yeah.
I would pay $40 for that every day of the week.
That's worth it for sure.
Most perfect bowl on the planet.
Yeah, it's great.
I have 2 of them, and I'm like not putting pottery in my van, and I'm like, ugh, like why? Yeah. So I think that's fair. I mean,
yeah, obviously I got a price for the unknown too. I don't know what the plate issues I'm gonna have. I literally haven't thrown a plate in probably a year and a half.
Well, you know what? Just tell her no. Just say no. Like, what's wrong? Oh, Marbs.
Marbs. I'll tell her the prices and we'll see. We'll see what she says. She's over in Covington, so she's close by. I think that's why she wants to.
Okay. And then also tell her, hey, I also have a friend who does sets.
I was thinking about throwing her Diana's way because I know she makes plates and stuff and some carved stuff. I mean, I could always throw it her way if she did not.
In California?
Yeah.
That's a long way to ship.
But she makes similar stuff to what I do.
That's true. She
shipped bigger stuff. So, hey, if she wants it and they're willing to pay for it, and the price is right for them, then supporting somebody else making it handmade. So, yeah. All right. That was a long tangent. Not a quick question at all. So.
Oh, I have one more thing to say before we get to your life.
I forgot about your show. How did your show in Cincinnati go?
Oh, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was hard to see how much exactly I made at the show. I tracked it the first day. I think I made 700 the first day or 600. And let's keep in mind that this is like in the middle of a fucking park, of just people walking around. Like it's not like a lot of
people walking their dogs. I think it was good weather, so
it was good weather. It was a little chilly the first day, and windy, but it was fine. And I did, I think, like 300 the second day. I don't know, but overall with the
FUP
date, I did 2,200. So
okay, it's pretty good.
I'm not upset about it. I would have loved more, but what are you gonna do?
It was a pretty easy show from what I've done there before with the hut, easy. And you don't have to worry about a tent, and you could shut it overnight.
Yeah, super easy. And then and I got a mattress in my van, and I got all my tables in my van.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to like go through everything in this apartment.
You still have you had two mattresses in your apartment, right? So it's not like you're sleeping on the floor right now while that's in
Yeah,
there.
so like the way this works is that I had a tuft and needle mattress that I bought and it's way too soft for me. And I like messaged them and I was like, I fucking hate this mattress. And then they were like, that's fine. Here you go. Like, here's your money back. And they were like, you can either donate it or do whatever you want with it. So I was like, well, I guess I'll sleep on it until like I find a better
Uh-huh.
mattress. And then I slept on your mattress at your house. And then I bought a 6-inch one.
Yeah.
And it,
The spare bedroom, which is an 8-inch one, I think.
yeah.
I
And
think it's an 8-inch thick
I
one,
got a
yeah.
6-inch so that I could put it on top of my mattress. And then when people came over, I could just move it to the other bedroom. And
Right.
which was very convenient because then I can just put it in the van. And my the cleaning lady at the apartment is taking that for her grandbaby. And so I don't even have to move it. I don't even have to move that big mattress. I can sleep on it until I leave,
That's great.
and they're just gonna take it. So, yeah, good.
That's great. Yeah, you
Um,
said your apartment's in shambles right now. You're trying to get rid of
it
stuff and
is a
clean and
full shit show.
yeah.
Full shit show. I I don't want to be at home right now. That's like how much of a shit show it is. There's like cardboard boxes on the floor over there. There's
Yeah.
a cardboard box like just here with my like refrigerator. There's like things on the floor. It's everywhere. I haven't swept in like a week and a half. It's horrible in here. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Okay.
How are you?
All right, so we did the Durban holiday party this weekend. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, Stayed up pretty late there, played some euchre, played some games and stuff.
Nice.
Um, do you play euchre? Have you ever played euchre?
I've never played euchre. I've only played spades.
Oh, we love spades. We were
I
gonna
love
play spades, but
I
it
love
was like
spades.
there's a lot of uh people moving around and going in and out and stuff, so it was spades is a little longer game. Euchre's a little less focused. You can
Okay.
get through a hand a little
I've
bit
heard it's like
easier.
a really confusing.
It's like a condensed spades,
Yeah.
but it's fun. We sometimes go to like euchre parties with friends, and everybody can play by themselves if they want, and you kind of switch tables and change partners, and
Oh, that's nice.
there's like a ultimate winner at the end. But so yeah, we should play it sometime. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then
I'd never heard of euchre until I came to Indiana.
oh really?
Yeah, it's definitely a Midwest thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though. And then Sunday, got back Sunday, and we got a bunch of wood from my uncle, well, Rachel's
Mhm.
uncle, and then some plants and stuff. So I backed my car down the side yard and offloaded it, and then I got stuck in the yard. And then I had to get it out, and Rachel was really pissed at me. So we were fighting with this fucking car. I tried to call AAA. They would not tow this thing out of the yard because Rachel was like, "We're giving up." She said they won't tow it because I put it there. It had to be through natural driving, or the car had to be
Yeah.
in not drivable or something,
Yeah.
like in a ditch through natural driving conditions or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
Which car did you get
the
stuck?
Transit,
Okay.
because I brought all
Okay.
the wood. So it's only a two-wheel drive and it's front-wheel drive.
Are you fucking kidding me,
It's
Ryan?
I heard enough of this from Rachel.
How did you get it out?
So I tried AAA, they didn't do anything, and then Rachel was like, "All right, we need to like figure something out. We need to call a tow truck, do something." And then I was like, "Let me see if there's something else we can do." Um, because it's not like wet or anything. I called my dad, and he was like, "Well, I was just quick, right to the point. Like, hey, got a situation. This is what happened. Back the car in the back." And he's like, "Okay, well, now you know you shouldn't have done that. You should never back the car down. But okay, you know that now. Moving forward, all right, here's what you can do, and all this stuff." And then
How
basically,
far down were you?
it was right at the end of the sidewalk. So like right where it turns to the patio, because we loaded all the wood
Okay.
onto the patio.
Okay. Okay. So
So
probably about
so from
10 to
where I got it
15 feet down at a 45-degree angle.
ish.
Okay. Trying to get
Yeah.
the visual for everybody here.
Yeah, maybe like 40 degree, 35 degree.
30, 35. Okay.
Yeah.
Still bad. Okay.
Yeah. So so ultimately I was getting it stuck, and it was like sliding on the grass. It wasn't like digging a rut because it wasn't wet or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't get up the hill. So I needed to get it another car length and a half to get it to flat land for all four tires to be on pretty semi flat.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying to get like cat litter and like boards and plywood and stuff, and basically build a little
Yeah, a ramp.
kind of ramp, but like little boards to get traction
Yeah.
for the wheels to keep going forward and do that. So that's
Yeah.
what we ended up doing.
And it worked?
It did work. Uh,
Wow.
I don't remember how much we were struggling at first, but it was probably a 45-minute endeavor once we got home. All the range of emotions.
I
And
laugh because I've done almost the exact same thing, except for it was in the middle of a lake.
in a lake.
Well, it was in a dry lake, so it was in a salt flat. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was terrible. Somebody had to pull me
Oh,
out.
yeah. So
I
luckily
think,
we were
why
at the
didn't you
house,
just
and we
pull
had.
yourself out? Could you have? Were you like?
Well, I don't have any rope, and also Rachel was not on board with trying to use another car of ours to try to pull out the other car when we don't know what the fuck we're doing. She was like,
Should have
"No,
asked the
no,
neighbor
no."
next door. They got a truck.
So, yeah, that was my next option. He was like, "The other option you could do is see if the guy down the street that has the Tundra, the V8,
Yeah.
knock on the door, ask if he could help pull me out. If I
You
need to
never
get a
know.
chain or rope or something, we can get that." But
It could have been the start of a beautiful
so,
relationship.
I mean, we naturally I walk by there, I give him a little wave, give him a little, "Hey, how's it going?" all the time. So we've got a little bit of, I don't remember his name, but yeah, ultimately I was like, "Hey, I put myself here. I want to get myself out. Also, I don't want to be like, 'Hey, I'm a dumbass. Can you help me?'"
I've actually called somebody and said, "I'm a dumbass. I'm
I
so
mean,
sorry."
I'm like, I think I can get out. I get it. I learned my lesson. I won't do it again, but I want to get myself out.
That
So,
is so funny.
so
I
yes, after probably 45 minutes, and it's already dark by this time. We got home like right when it was getting dark, like
Oh my
5:15,
God.
5:30, struggling for about 45 minutes, and I call my dad, figured out, get all the wood, and then we get it out after another 35 minutes or so.
Oh my God.
It's like inching the car up, you get half a car length up, and then the boards were like sliding out under from where they got traction from the wheels,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gotta stop it, parking brake it, put more stuff under it,
I
move it.
wonder if you could have put chains on it.
I don't have any chains, but yeah, that would have probably been an option. It was just kind of slick. Like they were just spinning on the,
Yeah.
it wasn't digging anything.
It's
Just
grass.
it was just kind of sliding on the grass, yeah. So,
It's grass.
right.
Literally like wet. It's not wet, but it is wet. Grass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's grass. It's
So that
like
was an eventful
it's
Sunday.
like a fucking slide.
That wasn't the reason we didn't come to Amruta's after, but that was part of the reason that we were like, okay, we're glad we didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was very eventful. I got an earful, second earful, and we're all good.
I was she like super mad? I would have been dying laughing.
Oh, she was not laughing.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I think it's funny how like different people approach different like
Well,
problems.
she was like, "And I told you so," and like, give up, call the tow truck.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're a cheap son of a bitch for not calling a tow truck." But I'm like, you know, and everything is not dependent on me being a cheap son of a bitch. Like that's not the driving factor of my decision making all the time. But
no, it's like I can get myself. You're like determined at that
I'm
point.
like determined, and I'm also more of a it's gonna be okay. The car is not going anywhere.
Right. It's like
We're
where's it
gonna move
going?
it. It's 6 o'clock. Like I don't
Yeah.
need the car right now.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we call a tow truck and we get it out. But it was like 7 o'clock on a Sunday. So
Well, next time call me because I have tow cables in my car all
I
the
was thinking
time.
of calling you, but I was like,
Yeah.
she's probably over there eating dinner and stuff. I don't want to make her come in after.
Yeah, I ended up sleeping at their house. They made me sleep there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the problem is that like Amruta and Mitesh don't really know me, and so like they do, but they don't like. And so at like 11, I was like, okay, well I'm gonna go home, and they're like, no. I was like, I can drive at night, I promise. And they're like, no. There's a mattress. I was like, fine. It
Yeah,
ended up being totally fine.
it's so easy to chat with them for a long time. So
Yeah.
and you don't want to like draw a line and be like, okay, I need to leave so I can get back by this time. It's kind of like let it roll and see how it goes and
Yeah.
enjoy the time when you can. Yeah. So that was a very eventful Sunday. That was my Sunday and big story of the week. Very, very exciting times. I did get in the studio some this week. I'm back to throwing on the wheel. I got 2.5 days of throwing this week, which was really nice. So it's nice to get more than, an hour in the studio to actually do something.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's everything.
What an eventful week for us, really.
Yeah.
Truly.
And I was saving that for this discussion because I knew you would enjoy that.
I did enjoy that. I'm not going to lie. I did.
And the people out there will enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Bad news. All right.
What bad news? What?
No, that was bad news. That was like bad news bears. Like,
Oh, bad news bears.
yeah. All right. Do we want to go to a listener question?
I think we should.
All right. First one is fun. From Thistlemore Pottery. Since you're both cat people, if you could raise a baby tiger for a pet, would you? Tigers are so cool.
Tigers are so cool. I love that at the end. Tigers are so cool.
As long as they don't rip your face off.
Um,
You adding a tiger to that van?
if I had a farm like you do,
Farm? I have a farm?
No, Thistlemore Pottery has a farm.
Oh, Thistlemore. Okay.
If I had like a farm, I would 100% raise a tiger. Like 100%. I think I actually prefer a cheetah though.
A cheetah?
Yeah, they seem snugglier.
What about when they grow up?
So?
They will grow up.
I know, but they can be snuggly then too. Then you have like a full body pillow cat.
I don't know about that. I mean, you would. I just feel like it's not something you just leave from that. You leave the house and you just come back 3 days later, and it's like,
yeah,
nothing happened. Like you can't automatic feed a tiger.
that's true. You gotta give them like steak.
Yeah, how costly is that? I mean, have you seen the Tiger King? They're giving them like Walmart seconds, like expired stuff.
Gross and terrible. Also,
and they can't even keep up. So, well, they also had like 200 of those.
I will say this: if I could have a tiger or a cheetah, and it didn't, I wasn't like stealing one from the,
a sanctuary or something that they could enjoy their life.
Then if it wasn't an issue of morality,
if you were saving it from a death or something.
Yeah, I'd have it. But if it was like how it is now, where they just have these like sanctuaries with like tigers, No. And also, the tiger would have to be tame, and I would like to sleep next to it because I want a big tiger pillow.
I would suspect it would be more tame because you're raising it from a baby.
True.
But, I mean, I would say no. I definitely wouldn't do that.
What about a leopard? That would be fun.
No. How about a domestic cat?
What about a bobcat?
No.
Okay, but what about a raccoon?
Hell no.
What about like a baby raccoon and you like raised it from little?
No.
They have hands.
Tons of things have hands.
No, but they have hands.
Okay. Well, I think it's like, okay, you're in that cute stage where they're a baby, and then at some point they're gonna get to like an age where
no,
they're not as
raccoons are cute all the time.
They're cute, but what about when they're an adult and they're, and then you're so attached to it that you can't give it away. You can't be like, I'm gonna have it for the first year and then give it away.
What about a duck?
Maybe. Or like chickens.
Chickens are okay, but ducks are cuter.
But what do ducks contribute though?
Eggs.
Do they all produce eggs?
Yeah, duck eggs, yeah.
Have you ever eaten a duck egg?
Delicious.
Really?
So
you see it
good.
Scrambled or what?
It's like a little fattier than a regular egg. And we used to have ducks on the farm in Connecticut when I lived in Connecticut. And this was back in circa 2012. Yeah, we used to have duck eggs. Oh, duck eggs are so good. They're like yellower and they're bigger. So I would eat a duck egg before a chicken egg.
Do you still follow Leanne from Ellen Pottery?
Mm-hmm.
Glen Lee Farms? Yeah. She's got the little ducks over there and the little chickens and the pigs and everything. So
and the way she talks to them is the cutest thing in the world.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's so cute.
She'll just bring the little. I'm thinking what she brings. She brings the chickens in. Usually, she'll just bring them inside and like keep them on her desk with her and like let them sit on the little.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say no. I'm probably not get any other outdoor. No. I don't know. I feel like if you got chickens, you'd have to get the coop and everything, make sure they're secure, because otherwise there could be like coyotes and stuff back there and like kill them, and foxes and.
Yeah. Oh, here's a question. Here's a last question. If you knew they would get along with the cats, would you get a dog?
In our situation now, or you're saying like, would I ever consider getting a dog?
I don't know that.
I don't think. No, we don't want a dog.
Okay.
You're just saying, is it in the back of our mind at all?
Not like, really. I was
consideration.
Just. I guess.
Not really. No.
You guys travel too much for a dog.
We don't travel as much anymore, but I just don't like having to take them outside at weird hours. You got to feed them separately. You got to, walk them and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's always been my objection to dogs too. But I kind of think that Lloyd and a wiener dog, like a little tiny wiener dog, would do well together.
Yeah.
Like a little baby wiener dog, like a little puppy. So cute.
Definitely like a smaller dog fan.
Yeah, I like all dogs.
I'm like, no thanks.
I like all dogs, but
dogs that are like just a little bit bigger than a cat.
Yeah, I've definitely like increased my dog lovingness over the years. Now I just love them all.
Yeah, I appreciate other people's dogs. And when I go to their houses, I definitely give them some attention, especially if they have kids and stuff that probably don't give them enough attention. So I'm like, yeah, let me pet you. Let me scratch you,
Yeah. Me and Pip, Sarah Anderson's dog, have a special relationship. Pip loves me, and I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she loves Merritt too. So she loves Merritt more because she lives with Merritt. But yeah. Okay, let's go to the next question. This is from the Clay Garage.
Yeah, these are going to be kind of the topic for the day. ish.
Yeah.
Kind of related to selling at shops and dealing with shops. So, go ahead.
I
Did you just
found.
find that and you're like, what is that?
Yeah. I just found medicine in my pocket. I wonder when I put this in my pocket.
Do you know the medicine? It's not some random pill that you found.
It looks like not ibuprofen, but the other one, the Aleve.
Why don't you just toss it in the trash?
That's a good idea. Oh, I know. Okay. I know when I put it in my pocket. Anyway, okay. So,
the Clay Garage.
The Clay Garage. A local store wants to sell my stuff, but also wants me to make a soap dish that only she can sell. I've made a few of these, but I'm not sure if it's fair that I couldn't sell them anywhere else. Then again, I've only done 3 sales so far, so I don't know much. Thanks. What's your opinion?
Alrighty. I do see a valid point in shops wanting to sell something exclusive because it's, if somebody asks for a soap dish, you can just be like, well, that shop sells them for me. Yeah. I would think it's more appropriate to sell a soap dish in a certain color only at that shop. I don't know
or design.
Yeah, some kind of texture or something that's specific to them. Maybe you apply the glaze a certain way or only use certain glaze colors that they sell, which is pretty much what I do with Indigenous. I only sell black and blue stuff there. I can sell my own black and blue stuff, but that's all the colors they have because it works for them. But yeah, I don't think them telling you can't make and sell your own soap dishes is a little pushing.
They can do it. They can do it. It's called private labeling, but
if you've never sold before, would you?
If you've never sold before and if it's a small shop, I would say that that's not okay. That they can't sell anywhere, I would say
she can sell.
What I would say is this. Say that you will make this soap dish for her and she's the only person within the county that can sell the soap dish, or within the state, or within 500.
Let's look at
100 miles or whatever.
I'm gonna look up her account and see where she's at.
That's what I would probably do, is put like a space limit on it.
What if you don't already sell at other shops? Would you just say, unless there's other shops that are interested, and I'll consult with you before, or something like that? I mean,
I guess, is it a custom piece? I've made custom stuff for shops and I didn't sell them. The thing is, would you want to sell the soap dish? That's the question. Because sometimes,
would you want to make it for yourself? And
because sometimes the things that they want you to do are ugly. And you're just sure, I'll make that. And you're like, I don't want to.
Would you be fine with that, putting your name on something that you don't aesthetically like, but they like?
I don't put my name on anything, so.
Well, yeah. If you did put your name on it and people.
Yeah, I would be fine with it.
Okay.
Just because
would you still have to you would still at a base level like doing it?
Yeah, I mean, somebody likes it.
And make it worth your money?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with not having to sell him anywhere else, but that's all up to you, I have a very different perspective because that's how production pottery kind of works, You
make it and then you find somebody that's willing to buy the amount that you're making.
Well, yeah, and you also just don't get the credit, or you don't get to do, some people have their own designs, and that's the way it is.
So then it sounds like I would lean toward wholesale if I could. Would you encourage that? Or, I mean, obviously,
yeah. If it was
over consignment any day.
It was, no, absolutely do not do consignment if it's the only style of soap dish that they have. It has to be wholesale.
Especially if you get this thing returned to you because they say it didn't sell.
Yeah.
Then you're like, what the hell am I going to do with this?
Yeah, it has to be wholesale.
Okay, so making a soap dish only they can sell. Made a few of them. Can't sell them anywhere else. Then again, I've only done 3 sales, so I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so lean toward wholesale.
Don't lean, do wholesale.
Do wholesale. And then see if you can negotiate on what style or design or colors that is exclusive to them. And then mention that you're only going to sell with them those soap dishes within the zip code. That's pretty standard, I guess.
Standard, zip code standard. I would say like maybe within 100 miles or whatever.
Okay. Oh, I didn't see where she was. I just kind of looked at her account, but Cape May. Maybe she's in. It says Cape. Maybe she's in.
Cape Cod?
Maybe. Westfield, New Jersey. Maybe she's in New Jersey area. I was thinking, is she limiting herself by doing 100 miles or something? But you can negotiate it. If you're still new to that kind of stuff, I wouldn't.
Just don't let her take advantage of you. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and if you've already sold them, I think that should give you confidence in the price too. And consider the wholesale price. If typically wholesale is 50% of retail, so if you already sell these retail, would you be comfortable making 50% of that to just make them hand them over and be done with it?
Yeah.
Or, set your minimums up so you're getting a fair amount ordered at once.
What I do sometimes is I'll make the soap dish the way they want it, and then I'll make another one that's better.
So you're kind of using the work that you did for theirs
as the first design, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this speaking of soap dish, there was this customer at a show. You get those customers who are like, I have an idea for you.
I have an idea for you. You should make a mug with a handle.
You seen those mugs that have the hand warmer? There's no handle, but you
put your fingers
your hand in and it's
and
like
it warms your hand.
Yeah,
Have you seen those? You should make those.
And I was like, yeah, I've seen people make those. No. She's like, oh, are they hard? I'm like, yeah, well, you have to make them. It's a body. You got to like press it in. You got to cut a slab of clay. You got to attach it. You got to make sure there's no cracks. And then I can't hang them on a hanger. Okay, that wasn't what she said, but it was that actually did happen the same day, but that wasn't the same like
that happens to me every show.
So
once a show.
She said something about the soap dish, making a soap dish that had holes in it and then it drained, but that there's a catcher to catch the water. Mm-hmm. And it's elevated so it doesn't get all sticky on the counter. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I've seen people make those. I've never made them myself.
Lloyd! Damn it, that bitch. Sorry.
What'd he do? He didn't like pee on something, did he?
No, I got this wool cat box, like cat cave. Mm-hmm. It's like a wool cat cave. And I was hoping that Babs would like find interest in it, and I was going to get 2 of them. And Lloyd obviously took interest in it immediately. And then he was sitting up in his little cat tree, saw that Babs was like sniffing the cat cave and came down and like hissed her off and then crawled in. He's now inside of it. He's like, this is mine, motherfucker.
like, I wasn't interested, but now that you're interested, I'm all over it.
He's such a fucking asshole. Okay, sorry.
Jeez, Lloyd. Yeah, so that was my story. She basically was saying you should make a soap dish that has holes in it that also catches the water that gets drained.
Yeah.
So. Gotta love those.
I have an unpopular opinion that I'm about to share, and I don't care. And also the clay garage, I hope this doesn't apply to you, but if it does, also there's a lot of people that are fine with this. I don't understand round soap dishes.
Just period.
Or round butter dishes either.
There is round soap though.
There's some round soap.
There's some round soap.
But the majority of soap is square.
That's true.
And all butter is is rectangular.
Does all butter come that way?
Okay, except for Amish butter.
I don't know. I've always bought the stick butter, so I don't.
All butter is in squares. Rectangles.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like we're trying to stick a round peg in a square hole.
I think it's for efficiency. You throw on the wheel, it's round. Why do you want to add steps to make it something? I mean, I get it.
Make it.
Well, I mean, I market my things that you could use it for soap, but it's like I'm just giving them another option to think about.
I know.
I know. So
I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah.
I was just talking in general. It doesn't make sense to me to have a round soap dish, and it doesn't make sense to me to have a round butter dish either.
I think it's just a dish that can be used for that if you want it to. Do you see a lot with the holes and things that are round? I feel like most of those are square or like slab bill in their texture.
Yeah, I see a lot of slab bill ones.
They're more square generally. Yeah. They're not. But also I've seen some that are just straight. They're slab built, but they're almost flat. There's no lip to them or anything.
Yeah.
And then they have the holes in them, so it sits on there, but it doesn't like contain much because I guess it kind of channels into the holes and drains out, but
it also matters if you are like a wet soaper or not. You know?
Definitely, yeah.
Some people are wet soapers. I'm not. I'm a dry soaper.
Pet peeve of mine? Wet countertops and wet sinks, like not inside the sink, I get that, but
yeah, like
outside. A wet counter, like what are you doing? Are you shaking your hands off like this when they're still wet? Like what are you doing?
Well, okay, I will.
It's like a wet dog was in there and just shook off. Like, what the fuck?
Today I was washing my hands in the bathroom at the bar that's connected to our studios, and the water pressure was so aggressive that when I was like washing my hands, it was like splashing everywhere. And I was like, ugh. So I had to turn down the water pressure. But I think that's an answer for what are you doing? I'm just thinking about how Tacoma Clay Art Center has a sign in their bathroom that says, clean up the fucking water. Like, I don't think it says fucking water, but they're like, clean up the water. Don't be an idiot. Like,
I get like a small sink with not much ledge, but if there's like a countertop and there's water all over it, like whatever.
Also,
I get it. Some water's gonna drip on there when you're going to the towel, but don't not even shake your hands off into the sink.
But also, can we talk about how faucets have not figured out how to be like
the right distance away from the wall? That's the worst. Let me just rub my hands up against the sink. No mind that there's a whole 10 inches of sink.
Yeah, it's like
and the faucet. That you can, let's have the faucet about 3 inches into the sink when it's, a foot across.
Yeah.
I have to rub my hands against the back wall of the sink to get them all the way wet.
Absolutely ridiculous. Abso-fucking-lutely ridiculous.
Ours is kind of like that.
Yours is kind of like that. But I mean, like, you can't find a sink that's not. Like, good luck.
It just depends on where they put the holes for the faucets and things. Like, it has to, I get it. It has to be a certain distance away because when you're underneath the sink, you can't really, you don't have much space to be screwing things in and tightening those faucets onto the countertop. But the length of the spout can totally vary.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably go to another question.
Yes.
Okay. This was from Gandhi Clay Company, or Gandhi Clay Co. How do you approach stores about carrying your work? It terrifies me a little.
So I haven't done this in a while, but I I think it's just usually the stores will either have just a contact email.
Mm.
I think you need to go into it like confident in your work. Don't have shame about, hey, don't tell them like, hey, I've never done this before, but I'm interested in selling in your shop, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I think you need to phrase it as, I really enjoy your shop. I think my work would be a nice compliment to your aesthetic, and I would hope that your customers would love it. And kind of phrase it that way. And I would love to partner with you. Kind of phrase it like a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
That way, it's you, you're not necessarily going to be as much of a headache for them, but like you'll be pretty low maintenance for them, I guess. And then give them, a link to your website or a link to your social media so they can see a gist of what you make and decide whether it's worth it or not. I don't know how much of the back and forth is gonna weigh on their decision. I think ultimately it's going to come down to your work. If they like your work and they think it would fit well with what they offer,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're more likely to, say yes. But also some places are not in the right like time or business model to do commission work or consignment work or wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just not even thinking about that, or they've never done that agreement with people, which has its pros and cons. So that's what I would say first. Have you approached stores or anything? I feel like you haven't sold consignment, but
I've done a lot of approaching.
yeah.
Approaching has been, yes. Okay, I have a few suggestions actually, especially if you're terrified. Um, so yes, agreed. Like sometimes I'll walk into a shop and be like, "Wow, my stuff would look really great in here." And then
You say that to the person at the counter, or
no, I
you
say that
just
to
say it to
myself.
yourself? Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Wow." And then I walk up to the counter and I say, "Hi, I was wondering if you guys wholesale." And they say yes or no. If they say no, I say bye. And then if they say yes, I say, well, I do pottery for a living and I think my stuff would look really amazing in here. And if you guys are looking for a new um,
Wholesaler or
wholesaler or new some new pots, whatever, I would love to sell here. Like you have to be excited. I think that being excited is really good. Also, I've gotten a shop by a pamphlet before. That was awesome.
mm-hmm.
John, my old roommate, dropped one off in Sacramento and then they called me and they were like, "Hey, this looks great. Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
sell here?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." And that was a great wholesale account. Super good wholesale account for me. So you don't have to make a whole book. That's what I did. You don't have to make a whole book, but you know, if you got like a Vistaprint sale and like did like a note card and then just on the back you did your prices, um you know, or even if you like Mod Pod, not Mod but like um
Did a vignette of different pots you make or something?
or like, like say, "Hey, these are my mugs, prices are this to this," and like had a picture of that and then like little pictures all over, so
Mm-hmm.
it had all of them on there, and then just say like, "These are the price ranges for this is the price for this is the price for this," and just like, nice, clean, very easy to understand, not anything artsy or anything, just clean. And then on the back have your information, your email, and your terms. Maybe not your terms, but say where you're from and stuff like that, and maybe a little blurb about you. I think that that would be a really great thing for people because a lot of people come in and they just like, "Hey, I'd love to carry my stuff. Here's my Instagram," or whatever. If you have a little card, it just sits on their desk like staring at them.
Right.
you know. Um,
That's true. That's the putting the extra effort.
Yeah, and also if you want to put the extra effort in, just always have a few pots in your car, like just some small ones.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like that store, run out to your car really quick, run back, and hand them the pot with the card.
And just give it to him.
Yeah, just give it to them. Say like, "Hey, I'd really love to sell here. Here's a pot. Here's a pot, little example, and then here's a card with all my pricing on it."
Nice.
Be really straightforward. You don't want to be like beat around the bush or anything like that. You know, that's basically kind of like your what's that? The sales sheet or whatever. The uh, whew, that was a hefty yawn. The line sheet. That's what it is. Kind of like a line sheet of
Yeah.
sorts.
It's all right if you don't have a line sheet because I just made a line sheet in the
Oh,
last year
yeah, it's
because I
totally
just
okay.
there's a client that was like, "Hey, we wholesale for a living and we have a bunch of wholesale accounts. We need a line sheet because we just can't handle it otherwise. We need to be able to just make a definitive decision on the sheet." So,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine not to have a line sheet, especially for that. But like, yeah, it's kind of like a quote unquote mini line sheet, as you will. Just to have the pictures and to associate those pictures with prices. And just be very straightforward. Like that's what they want. They don't want to guess, you know. They don't
yeah,
want a card with things and it has like no prices on there. They want a card with prices, you know.
yeah. I found it kind of hard when I was giving some of that information to the shop that was interested in wholesaling because I don't have just I've never just taken the time to write it out, but also just take photos of everything that's kind of in this range, in this, what's
Yeah.
the medium mug look like? It's a 10 to 12 ounce mug and it's this price wholesale. Let's say $17 wholesale because they're 34 retail.
Yeah.
Here's a photo that is 4 different mugs that are kind of in that because it's like, okay, or maybe here's 2 mugs or something to give them this
Yeah.
one, whatever. And then the colors are kind of hard because I got so many colors. So that's where it gets hard. I've never sat down and just done that because I don't really have the time to do that. But if you're approaching things early, well, I don't want to spend the time doing that. Is the better
Yeah.
way to
I think
phrase
it's
that.
I think it's also really important to potentially, I wouldn't say it's important, but it is helpful to minimize your colors while you're wholesaling. So, like,
Good idea.
instead of Ryan having 16 different colors, he gives a sheet and it's got 4 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
White being one of them. White
Mm-hmm.
needs to be a color, and then whatever you have left. That's easy, fun, and what people
Popular.
like. Popular. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the solution for the colors that I came up with was I do the listings for my shot glasses on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a set of here's my white clay with the colors that
Yeah,
I
that's
offer.
fair.
And then here's my speckled clay with the color offering.
Yeah.
So people can look at the shot glass and be like, I like that color, that color, that color.
Yeah. I think I have 6 colors or
Yeah.
7.
I mean it does make it tough because it's I'm kind of under I want to give them options because I want them to be able to pick the things they like as well as thinking what their customers might like so that it's not so I have white, green, blue, and yellow, and that's all I had to pick from. So, like,
Yeah.
I want to give them options because I like options, and I know my customers like options. Not everybody likes the same thing. So, but
Yeah.
also, it can't be so crazy that they
Right. It
can't
can't be too
order,
many options. Yeah.
then they only want to order 2 of a color, and it's kind of, then it becomes kind of tasking when you get to glazing and you've got to do 2 of this color,
Yeah.
2 of that color, 2 of that color, 2 of that color. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I would say another benefit you have if you're still early on and you're reaching out to shops. I know you're kind of scared about it, but the thing that's working on your side, which Becca was kind of talking about, was you have hopefully more time and focus to get your ducks in a row before so you can build your confidence of putting that work in of here's all my here's all my information about the prices and everything and just having that ready to go. Whereas somebody that is being approached from a shop. Like if I get approached from a shop, I'm probably not going to respond to them unless they're specifically looking for one or two different things that I can easily answer back. If I don't have a line sheet ready, then I don't really want to nurture that and spend all that time to figure out what they're looking for exactly and like color options. And I don't really have a lot of time to just play around with meeting the customer or meeting the wholesaler kind of in the middle or more on their end. So
Yeah. Oh, also going to shows is a good way to have people approach you.
definitely.
I have a fun little story about that of what you shouldn't do. I went to the Bloomington show. That was the one that I did really well at. And I got an email 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Bloomington show was about a month ago, I think.
Was
right?
about a month ago. Yeah, I got an email 2 days ago saying, "Hi, we really loved your stuff and we'd love to have you in our store." Blah 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 blah.
Did you remember talking to them? Did you get their card?
I don't remember talking to anybody. That show was a fucking blur. And
because it was really busy.
It was really busy. And I remember giving my card to somebody, but I can't remember. I mean, I gave my card to a lot of people. But they must have had to really like search because I don't put my email address on my card. So they had to have looked me up.
They really wanted you.
Yeah. So anyway, they like gave me all this information that I didn't read. And then and then they say, "We'd love to have your work. If you would like to participate, we need to know by December 7th." They emailed me on the 5th.
What?
"We need to know your answer by December 7th, and we need the products by December 9th." In our store in Ohio.
Did you just reply back, "Ha ha"?
No, I didn't. I was like, I replied back, that timeline doesn't work for me, but if you'd like to wholesale in the future, I'd be more than happy to. And
man. That timeline is ridiculous.
And she was like, "Well, now we just do consignment." And I was like, "That's great. I only wholesale." Bye. Like,
oh my gosh. So they were expecting to consign stuff. They went to a show, let's say early November, mid-November.
It's December 7th right now.
Yes. Early November, they go to shows. They're scouting out. They find people they like, and then they reach out to them and say, "Hey, we're trying to sell stuff for the holiday season. Can you deliver us stuff that we're going to sell on consignment?"
In 2 days. Like, Carol, I don't even have enough stuff for my shows. Like, it's Christmas.
You mean next Christmas, right?
Right?
Are you talking about a Christmas in July sale? Is that what you're prepping for?
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me?
See, that's the kind of account that you're like, they're either brand new to interacting with artists or
I think they're
handmade
brand
stuff
new.
that they don't really understand that. So maybe you can't fault them for it, but also
it is still funny though.
Oh, it's very funny because
It's still
you're just
funny.
internally like, and then I would just process that in my head as like, okay, do they know how this process works?
Probably not. I don't know if they do like a lot of like
well,
artist
the party process,
stuff.
but also just the whole artist interactions and delivery and timelines and like what sounds realistic. If I asked this lady, this random person, like, "Hey, could you deliver this thing in 2 days?" that we've never had contact before today.
Yeah.
Whew, that's crazy. Much less read your email. I'm surprised you even read your email within 2 days of, within that deadline. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't read the email. If it was something like that, I would be like, shit, I'll read that in 3 or 4 days.
I read my emails every single day.
Do you reply back to them?
Yeah.
To emails like that, you reply back the same day?
Yeah, because it's easier to reply in 2 minutes than it is to not.
I always
forget
wonder. I always wonder stuff like that where you could put in a lot of effort to reply back, like this lady with the wholesale not the wholesale, with the commission order. Like, I'm gonna sit on that for a day or
Look,
oh, there's Babs. I'm
she
gonna
hates
sit
me
on
because
that
I picked her
for
up.
I'm gonna sit on that for at least a day or two because I kind of need to think about it in my head if I really want to do it, as well as what details I want to provide so that I give them enough so they don't. So it's not like a, hitting the ball back over the net back and
Yeah.
forth. But I feel like you're pretty definitive with that email specifically.
Well, and also with the timeline where I'm at right now, it's like, no, I'm not doing anything. Like, I don't want to put my shit in any store right now because
Right.
I'm leaving.
Right. That was an easy
like,
answer for you.
like, no,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, but I would agree that those shows, I've gotten at least 3 accounts, like wholesale accounts from shows.
Yeah, lots of wholesale accounts from shows. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they go around to these art shows and they're looking for stuff that's unique and handmade, and
Yep.
most of them are local. It could be like one of them is a small town in Kentucky and they got the oil bottles, and that was a good little, hey, we'll meet and make it easy. They let me pick what I want to make color wise, and
Mm-hmm.
they just pick how many they want and paid on time and all that good stuff. So plus, I think if they see consistency and they see kind of the range of what you can do, that probably gives them a little more confidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can, I think if you can show them kind of what you're made of a little bit with how prepared you are, how organized you are,
Mm-hmm.
making sure you can answer those questions as best you can. And if you can't, don't feel like you have to commit to something right on the spot. And then you seem like you're flip flopping or something later, or you get into some agreement that you're not really comfortable with because you didn't want to risk losing it.
Yeah.
So
Let's do our last question. Let's wrap it up pretty quick.
okay.
It's already 11:30 because
Yeah.
we started late. So 11:40. Okay, are you ready? This one's
Yes.
a good one.
The last one's anonymous.
It's anonymous. How to deal with rejection. I just got an email that I'm not accepted into a Christmas selling show.
I want to say this was probably a few weeks ago, so it's when we did the anonymous question asking. So it's probably right in the thick of show acceptance season. Okay, so this I kind of put this related to the other one because you're inevitably going to go to stores and get rejected as well. So if you're reaching out to shops, you're either going to get crickets or not. I'm just kind of the mindset that, hey, there's plenty of other businesses to get into partnerships with. There's plenty of other shows to do. If you are expecting to do something in a certain time and it doesn't come to fruition, or you don't get into that show, you just take it off the calendar. You free up that time and you spend it doing something good for your business, or for your making, so that you can hopefully make up for that, whether it's putting stuff online that you would have sold at the show otherwise, or making more work, or if you have some other clients that you want to get them some stuff before the end of the year, say, hey, I thought I was in a show, I've got some stuff, do you need any last minute things in your shop before the holidays? That might be an option. I'm kind of like a problem solving, solutioning, like what else can I do with that time that I lost or that I was planning on doing something. So I'm more of a get it quick out of my mind, like on to the next thing. That's kind of how I approach the rejection of shows and things like that personally.
I approach the rejection of shows by assuming I will be rejected immediately.
So low expectations, pleasantly surprised kind of thing.
Yes, I love that. I love that view. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking get in. Like recently, I applied for a show in Seattle. It's a design show, and I am telling you, like, I know what kind of pictures Ryan submits to these shows. My pictures were shit. Like they were total garbage. Um
Not in the sense that you took the photo with a potato, but
no, no,
it
no,
was
I mean like the
the
quality
attention
was fine.
the attention to the backgrounds and things like that.
The quality was
The
fine, but I'm
setting.
pretty sure that one of them had a can of Coke in the background. Anyway,
Yeah,
so I
most of the
was,
shows that I apply to, I do either the gradient background or I do the wood tabletop with the wood background.
yeah,
Or you can get those kind of replica surfaces where you can get a certain
yeah,
marble or whatever, and they just look more like a setting. It's not like you're setting a scene, but there's
yeah.
attention to the background and the floor.
And my application basically just said the Audacity. Like it just came in with Audacity. Like just
You were like holding your
flaming.
piece with the studio in the background that was blurred, or
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
had I think you had stacks. You said you had stacks of the fancy cups or
Mhm.
pots on the shelf
Yeah, and with my dirty studio in the
with the
back.
wall behind it,
Yeah.
which is not. I mean, it's not bad. It shows a gamut of the colors, but I mean, obviously, you probably wanted to put that on a nice table with a wall
Yeah.
right against it. It's not got clay on it or
Right.
whatever.
So anyway, my approach to that is to think that you're not going to get in the beginning. That's my best advice is to be like, I'm not getting into the show.
Hmm.
And if you do get in, you're like, fuck yeah. And if you don't, you're like, yeah. You're like, meh. But also, you have to remember that especially with pottery, you are not alone. Like
There's
pottery
probably
is second only to jewelry in the in the popularity contest. I
hmm
feel like,
depends
um
on where you're at. I'm guessing where you're at and
yeah,
what's being sold, but
definitely, but there's got to be more potters than, most. So, um I don't think you should take it personally. I think that, I mean, you can't take it personally because they don't know you. But
right.
and look at your things and look at and compare it. Maybe look at your pots and say, what could I have done better? And do it better. Yeah. Book a consultation. I'm kidding. Um, uh,
That's one thing I wish there was more information about was what people apply with, like photos and
mm,
what kind of words they use in their applications and things like that. I mean, I don't really care that much about the artist statement stuff, but seeing what photos people submit with and what got in and what didn't get in, I think that would be a nice use case of understanding
yeah.
how much the photos weighed on the jurying. And it's totally
Right.
different based on the show, but that would be a cool use case to see
Yeah.
what people are submitting with because I feel like it's a black box. Don't know what anybody else is submitting photo wise.
Yeah. I do feel like with my photos, like I I feel like I'm in this weird space where like my pots are really good, you know? Like
Oh yeah,
I
with
know
fancy
my
cups.
yeah, like
Like
I
you weren't
know
submitting photos with tumblers in there, right? You were just submitting
no,
with fancy cups.
I was just submitting fancy cups. So like I know my pots are really fucking good. And for me to submit like shitty pictures is like,
The
yeah, but
pots
look
make
at
up
these
for it.
fucking pots. Like and like they get a picture of your booth too and it's like the booth looks great,
Oh
you
yeah,
know? So like that I know I know that that's what saves me,
the
but
booth.
like
Yeah, that's a good point. The booth. A lot of the shows nowadays will ask for a booth shot. If you're doing Zapplication route, a
yeah.
lot of those will. If you're doing some of those where you apply on their website and you give them your social media and your website, you're probably
Yeah.
not submitting a booth photo, and they probably don't care about that as much. They care about the aesthetic of your work
Yeah.
and how it fits in with the vibe of the market or the show.
Yeah. Yeah. But back to rejection. Also I think that if you get rejected and you're feeling particularly down, sorry, it's very chilly in my apartment. Um particularly down about it, get some alcohol, eat some potatoes, make a night of it, maybe have some nachos, like watch some like One Tree Hill, and just like get it out of your system and then the next day go at it.
Onward.
Onward and
Onward and
upward.
upward. Yes. And I would say, cast as wide of a net as you can with the shows. Don't necessarily bank on expecting you
Yeah.
apply for one show and you only get into one show, or you don't
It's
get
like,
into that show. Apply for, 3 or 4. And if you get it,
yeah.
the best case scenario is what's the big deal? You apply, maybe you spend $25 for an application fee,
And then you say no.
and then you
Sorry, I
say
got a
no.
better one.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
that'd be the best option if you get to pick between the shows you got accepted to on the same
Yeah.
weekend. Or you pick and then hopefully you don't overexert yourself. You pick too many and you're like, I'll be fine. And then you don't have work for them
Mm-hmm.
and you have to drop out last minute. I mean, commit accordingly,
Yeah.
but over apply for shows. Don't go crazy, but over apply so that if you get rejected from one, that's expected.
Yeah.
And then you can pick the ones that you have on the table and do your best to
Yeah. And
sell it.
also like, remember that sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Like
Why you get rejected?
yeah, like Broad Ripple. Okay, the Broad Ripple Art Festival, by the way, Sarah did do it last year.
Mm-hmm.
But Merritt applied and she didn't get in. Merritt's stuff is fucking bomb as shit. It is so cool. And
Mm-hmm.
like she didn't get in, but Sarah did. They're equal.
Right.
I would, like, you know,
Pretty close, yeah.
pretty close. Like they're different styles, but they're the same thing. Like it's both Sgraffito.
Mm-hmm.
And Merritt's is like artistically impeccable. And Sarah's is very quirky and still very amazing artistically. But yeah, like keep that in mind. Like people that are fucking baller don't get into shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
And I think some of it factors in, and some people could say this is bullshit or not, but shows that have been around, a lot of people sell at the same show
Mm-hmm.
year after year. And if they like the person, they've got good rapport with them, they know them, they're kind with
Mm-hmm.
them. That's why you should be kind with the organizers as you do shows so that you have a better, maybe leg up, but a better chance of being in their good graces for the next year. Like, don't be a problem child, or else you'll be known as a problem child and maybe be a reason that you would not be get accepted. But like, people stay around year after year if they're available to do it, and maybe that shouldn't mean all the spots are taken, but maybe 75% of them are the same, are returning artists, and then 25% are reserved for new people. So
Yeah.
maybe that's like the Sarah Merritt thing where
Mm-hmm.
they only had so many spots for new people, and it came down to a coin flip, and Sarah got in and Merritt didn't. So
Right.
that's where it's very subjective of who picks who and who gets in and who doesn't. So
Yeah.
I mean, it could factor into whether the judge had a good day that morning when they were picking whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely don't take it personally. It's
Just think of it this way. You're not applying for college. This is not college.
oh yeah.
And you got rejected from some colleges. I know you did. I did. I didn't get
I
into.
think I only applied to 2 colleges or something.
Wow. Way to shoot for the stars, Ryan.
I did not do much options. I think I applied to WKU and NKU, and that's it. Yeah.
I think I only applied to 3.
Yeah.
No, I maybe applied to more than that. I applied to Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Long Beach, and Cal State Poly Pomona. I didn't get into Long Beach.
Yeah.
That was my first pick.
Have you applied for shows that you've got rejected in before? Like reapplied for them?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. I definitely have. The show that comes to my mind that I've got rejected for at least twice and waitlisted. I think I got rejected once and I got waitlisted twice. Was the Louisville Cherokee Triangle one. And I'm considering applying for it this year, but I'm not sure because it's like a late April. It's right there when Spring Fair is, so it's right when shows start. So it'd be my first show of the year, but it definitely puts a taste in your mouth of, do I want to apply for it again? Do I want to try for this again? I kind of want the satisfaction of like getting in.
What if I apply for it and I get in and you don't?
I'd be like, do it. I never do as good at Louisville shows than I expect. I don't think the buying public. Maybe I'm just spoiled
I
with
think that
Cincinnati.
you are spoiled with Cincinnati. I don't think that you realize how spoiled you are with
Then
Cincinnati.
it's like, why would I leave outside Cincinnati for
Right.
shows when I don't need to, other than I can sleep at my parents' house, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a good enough show and a good show, like established one
Yeah.
in the area. So also I would use it as a little advertising for Backyard Craft Show. So I'd be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
here's a bunch of Backyard Craft Show set, come to
Yeah.
this. So yeah, but it does. I do remember that. I do
Yeah.
remember getting rejected and waitlisted. You know,
Yeah.
it does sting, but hopefully you got other options out there that you can weigh and see if they work out.
Yeah. Yeah. I got accepted to the Bloomington Christmas one. Deanna got waitlisted. Or maybe rejected. But then she ended up going, which is really interesting because her stuff is fucking bomb. And like, yeah.
I wonder what goes into it. I wonder if they're saying,
Mm.
we only have X amount of potters, and they're trying to get a cross section of different types of pottery or
Right. Well,
decorative stuff.
she's technically jewelry, I guess.
Oh,
So,
okay. So, yeah, I mean that I've been on this side of actually planning the Spring Fair event for
yeah.
multiple years. So, I've been on the side of dealing with artists and back and forth, not jurying them, but just getting people applied and looking at the type of
Yeah.
work and organizing where they should go in the lot and all that stuff. So there's a lot of planning that goes into that, and um yeah, it's a lot. So
Anyway, keep your chin up. Remember that you can't succeed without failing.
definitely.
Not that Ryan knows that, but
You can't succeed without failing.
You never fail. You're like
What are you talking about? I just fucking stuck the van in the fucking yard. Tell me I didn't fail?
I mean with pottery. You're like a fucking unicorn.
No. I think I put some work into improve my chances of having good opportunity. I think I improve my opportunities on the table
Mm.
so that I make for a good recipe of success.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's an iffy way to say it, but
Mm-hmm.
also just being there year after year. Like some of the shit
Oh yeah, that is big. Yeah, you
that
gotta do
helps
it.
because there's some shows. I mean, I sold like 400 bucks. The first West Side Market I sold at might have been 400 bucks.
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
I put in my licks. I got my repetition in there. I've probably sold it 12 or 15 of them now. And then
Yeah,
the
for
last
sure.
one I sold it was like 3,000. So
Yep. Yep.
it takes some
Repetition
time
is a big thing. For
just
sure.
getting into people's eyeballs over
Eyeballs.
time. And then they're like, oh, my friend got me this, or oh, I got spoon rest from you last year. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Got quite a few of those. So yeah, good luck with the shows. I know we're pretty much after show season by the time it comes out, but
Also, do you know what's worse than like not getting in a show is getting into a show and then fucking like tanking it. That's
yeah.
way worse than not getting in a show, I think. Is showing up and fucking just doing
I
shit.
wonder how much we get out of going through that besides just saying, "Hey, I'm not going to do that show again." Like what can you do yourself? Like are you assessing yourself? Are you assessing the customers? Like what do
I
you
think it
gain out
depends.
of that show? Do you say, "What could I have done better?" or "What could I have displayed better that maybe was better for this audience?" or besides
Yeah.
like, "I'm never going to do this show again." What research could I have done to pick a better show, or
Yeah.
could I have known that it was going to be like this? I always say go to a show before if you can.
Yeah, or like only go to shows that have good word from people you know, like, or like
yeah.
other potters, you know, that
Other
other
potters is
potters are
big.
like, yeah, this is good. Because you
Also,
can't.
with the shops, if you sell in shops, like ideally you'd want to see other handmade stuff in there. If there's other potters in there,
Yeah.
if you've got peers of yours that sell there, like if there's somebody that you're saying, hey, they wouldn't be selling there if it wasn't good for them. Like they
Yeah.
do this for a living, so if they're gonna take it off their plate if it's not working for them, so
Yeah.
that's a good option. You could also look at other people's sites and see where they sell and see if there's some options, some cross pollination here.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's some shops that may cater to what you do or work with what you make. So same with the shows. Look at other people's shows that they're doing, and
Yeah.
I have a list of every single show I've done since I started selling on my website. If you go to my events, past events, every single show is on there.
Sweet Jesus.
I basically just I keep the current year and then I put the current year in my past events, and then I just take it off the top of most current, and then I just put it on the top of
Yeah.
the previous, and then they just like reverse chronological.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, I'm freezing.
You're freezing. Is it
I don't
colder
know
in there
why.
than in the other room?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, like I keep it at
You still
68.
keep your fucking windows open?
No, the windows aren't open. I keep it at like 68. Maybe it's just me today. I don't know. Usually I probably have like a sweatshirt on. This room is bigger.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
I
messy
mean,
in
those
here.
floors are concrete too, so
Floors are concrete. I'm right by the fucking brick. Uh, ceilings are 12 foot. Like
jeez.
there's no way to like be warm in this place. I mean, there is if I like up the heat, but I'm not gonna do that. So put on a sweatshirt.
Soon you're
Your
gonna
house
be
is cold as shit.
68 in here now.
Balls. I disagree. You know why it's so cold upstairs is because you don't have any fucking curtains on those windows.
Oh, the main floor, the living room
Mm-hmm.
area.
Yep.
Yeah. We don't want curtains though.
You don't want curtains.
Well, yeah. I don't think she would want curtains though.
I don't know.
I mean, she would like the warmth, but I mean, the view is part of the reason we bought the house, so
Yeah, but you can't see outside when it's dark.
yeah. I don't know. Oh, there's plants against the windows too. Like some of the plants might get caught up or whatever, but I don't think the curtains are gonna happen.
Well, it's your energy bill, not mine. Um,
Yes, it is. Pretty soon you're gonna
um,
be casting from a van. So
uh-huh. And I'm gonna maybe I'll
we'll see how
switch
warm
to,
you are in there.
yeah, right. Maybe I'll switch to visible this week and see how it goes, and we'll do it next week. I was thinking of turning the internet off here pretty soon.
Yeah, giving it a
I'd
go
like
from
to
there.
I'd like to do it on visible here once to see how it goes. Just so we have a few under our belt so that we can test it
Yeah,
out.
not a bad idea.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go make a quesadilla.
That
I know
sounds
I
yummy.
I know I just had mac and cheese, but
What are you gonna put on that quesadilla?
cheese.
Just cheese?
Yeah, because I don't really have anything else.
Okay.
Like,
I just made some extra bacon last
ooh,
night with
yum.
we had a firehouse mac and cheese from
Oh
Every
yeah,
Plate. It was good.
Rachel said it was fucking bomb.
Had the panko on top and had some hot sauce.
Hell yeah,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
hell yeah,
Yeah, so we had the bacon. I was thinking, oh, bacon quesadilla, that'd be good.
yeah. Bacon in a quesadilla.
I don't think we really keep the quesadillas and stuff over here, but or
We
the
do have some
tortillas.
pepperoni. I could put some pepperoni in it.
Ooh, make a little pizza quesadilla. Oh, nice.
I wish I had pizza sauce though. Oh, yum. My favorite thing in the whole world. This is like the this is like the grossest thing I think, but like now that I'm older, I'm like, why, Becca? Like when I was growing up, I used to do pizza sauce, and cheddar cheese, and that was like it on a
And
tortilla.
what? Oh, on a tortilla.
And that was like a pizza quesadilla.
I mean, you
But
would
like
bake
with
it
cheddar
or...
cheese, it was not good. But I think it's delicious. But like,
I mean, it's all right. It's not
it's all
the
right.
worst. I mean, you
No,
get the little Lunchable does have cheddar cheese in there.
yeah, like a little.
Just a little. Yeah, it's not the major cheese. You always have some mozzarella in there.
Yeah, there was no mozzarella in our lives when I was growing up.
Were you a two cheese Lunchable pizza, or were you a cheese and pepperoni?
Two cheese.
Two cheese, really?
100% two cheese. And I'll tell you
What?
why. Because it comes with more cheese.
So like Rachel. I always love the pepperonis.
I'm still a two cheese. I don't even fucking care. I'm still a two cheese pizza. If I am gonna get Lunchables at the grocery store, it's gonna be a pizza Lunchable, and it's gonna be two cheese.
Do you get it with the Capri Sun, or do you
No,
get it just the package?
usually just the package. If there's the crease, it depends on if there's an airhead in there or not. And I'm not a huge
Ooh.
airhead fan. So like, if there's a different
They used
type
to
of
have
candy,
cookies. Do they have candy in there now?
they have candy. Yeah. So, but also,
Okay.
would you ever heat up the pizza?
I've never done that. Do people do that?
Yeah, people do that.
Well, I mean, you're at a school, you're eating at a table. You don't really have a... Excuse me, can you microwave this for me, please?
We had a microwave, but yeah.
In grade school? Kids were
Yeah.
just going over the microwave in grade school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't
I
think we
mean,
did.
also high school. Like, you didn't have Lunchables in high school. I fucking did.
No, I got lunch there. I did bring my lunch pretty much every day, all the way from kindergarten through 8th grade, I think. Not 8th grade, probably 7th grade.
I went to a really small school, so we brought our lunch pretty much all the time.
My grade school and everything was very small, but 8th grade was bigger, and then high school was really big. So
Yeah.
wow, two cheese Lunchable. Okay, I love those things. Those are so good. What are they running these days? They used to be like
$2.
$1. Okay, $2.
Yeah, without the Capri Sun. They're like 3.5 with.
$2. Okay, might need to get one of those someday.
That's what I'm gonna live on in the van. Just fucking two
Oh
cheese
man,
pizza Lunchables. I'm kidding.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't be cooking at Totino's. I mean, there's no place to cook that.
I haven't had a Totino's pizza in such a long time. And
The amount we talk about them, I mean, you would think.
I love Totino's, and I just haven't had one because they don't sell them at Aldi, and I don't grocery shop anywhere else.
Oh.
So sad. Next time I come over, we're having Totino's.
Totino's pepperoni. Can't beat it.
Square pepperoni.
They changed it though. There's something different about the Totino's.
Oh, does it taste different?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still square?
Yeah, but it's a little different. The bread's a little different.
Oh no.
They changed it.
Fuck.
Just like you remember when the Sun Chips had the noisiest bag imaginable? Yeah. I wonder how long that lasted, because it was the worst.
Also in 2009, I think it was 2009, Wendy's changed their pickles. It was the worst day of my life. Like,
really?
Yeah. I remember because that's my favorite part of a hamburger is the pickles. And then they changed the pickles and they were different. And I stopped getting pickles on my hamburgers. That's how much I was.
Did they change it back?
Yeah. They changed it back to good pickles.
Maybe it was pickle shortage at that time, and they were
maybe
it was just that store that you went to. I don't think they're advertising, hey, all new pickles on our burgers.
Maybe it was in California.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I remember when they were advertising up the fries and stuff, which pretty good fries right now.
Yeah, but their old fries used to be better.
Really?
I think so.
I think these are pretty good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Do you know what they got the pretzel? They got the pretzel
pub thing.
Yeah, the pretzel bacon pub. It came back. Yes.
Pretzel bacon pub. That's pretzel a burger, bread. I'm guessing, right?
bacon, chicken patty, cheese, and cheese sauce. They do have a burger
chicken
version.
Patty is fried?
Yeah, the chicken patties. Well, you can get it fried you can get it home style, you can get it grilled, or you can get it spicy.
Oh, I used to get that grilled chicken from McDonald's. They don't have that anymore. Erica said they stopped selling it in COVID times, I think. The grilled chicken, I don't remember what it's called. I think it was just called a grilled chicken classic or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
I only get chicken nuggets at McDonald's, I'm going to be honest.
Really?
I've never had a burger from McDonald's.
Never had a Big Mac?
Never had a burger.
Wow. Big Mac sauce is good.
Somebody told me that it tasted like cardboard, my brother. So I never wanted one.
Well, I mean, it's a cheap burger, so yeah, what can you expect?
I know. And now that I've gone this far, I can't. It's just the same thing as the Diamond Core Tool situation. I can't.
Well, you've never tried it, though.
I know. But I've gone this far. I've gone 32 years. Like,
that's like my brother still never had a peanut butter jelly sandwich, I don't think.
That's like sacrilege. Like,
now he just does it for the principle of it, just like to say he's never had it.
It's the same thing. It's like,
actually, maybe he has had it in the last few years, but up to a point he had never had it.
It's like when I was growing up, we had these, I think I've said this before, but we had these blue and red plastic plates that we would put our paper plates on top, and they were not. And I texted my mom and asked her if she still had them. She's like, fuck no. And then she goes, I think they were just like cheap Rubbermaid plates or something like that. And they were like the ones that came in the camping kits that were like different colors. Right. But not like the ones with slats that you put the paper plates in. It was just a fucking plastic plate.
Just a plate. Okay.
Okay. And so we had a stack of these under the sink to put our paper plates on. And they were red and blue. Okay. You
could have just eaten off of them, right? If they were washed.
Yeah, but then you'd have to wash it. I have never eaten off of a red one.
Directly? Or you're saying every time you got a plate,
directly.
It was always the blue one?
No, like every time I got a plate, it was always the blue one. I've only always ever gotten a blue plate. Like, I was like, after like probably the 5th time, I was like, okay, well, I guess blue's it.
Well, yeah, they're never clean unless you're eating with a whole group of people and everybody's got their plate and there's one left and it's not.
I think I'd probably have a fucking meltdown. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
well, you're just having it for the rigidity, so the color doesn't. It's not like you're doing a place setting or something.
It doesn't matter to you. It matters to me. We even had that same place setting set as a camping set that we'd take to like the Boy Scouts, like potlucks, and they had like yellow, green, blue, red, and I would always
your own plate
demand the blue. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Bring your own plate.
I think that we just brought the plastic plate so that we could put the paper plates on top of the plastic plate.
You travel with them. We want some rigidity to our plates. We're not dealing with empty plates here. Well,
it's not like we're fucking using Dixie plates. Like, we're talking paper plates from Costco in the 500 pack. Like,
yeah, where it absorbs into it and it gets soggy and it's probably not going to hold its form.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
God
these
forbid
were paper
you go back
plates
for seconds or something.
Yeah, these are paper plates that my mom would write my dad's grocery list on.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like,
plates. They were straight paper.
Straight paper, no wax. No wax. Yeah, and he would always go to the grocery store with the whole paper plate, and she's like, well, at least he'll never lose it.
Yeah, you can't like put that in your pocket and just lose it.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, there's our tales of the day.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah,
we'll catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, which one is this?